Malik was 17 when they put him in chains. Not some hardened criminal. Not some gang leader. Just a skinny black kid with honors classes, a part-time job at a grocery store, and a mother who worked double shifts at the nursing home so the lights stayed on in their apartment over Jefferson Street. The morning they arrested him, he was helping his little sister with homework at the kitchen table. Police kicked the door open so hard the family photos fell off the wall. His mother screamed. His sister hid under the table, crying while officers dragged Malik out barefoot in handcuffs. They said he killed a white college student during a robbery downtown. And from the very beginning, nobody cared what Malik said. Not the detectives, not the prosecutor, and definitely not Judge Harold Whitmore. That courtroom felt cold before anybody even spoke. The kind of cold that settles into your chest. Malik sat there in an oversized orange jumpsuit while reporters filled the back row like they were waiting for a show. The prosecutor smiled for the cameras. Another violent predator off the streets. That's what he called him. Malik's public defender barely looked awake. Every time Malik whispered something, the man brushed him off like an annoying child. But the judge enjoyed it. Every hearing, he found a new way to humiliate that boy. Maybe next time, Judge Whitmore said one morning, leaning over his bench, "You'll think before throwing your life away." The courtroom laughed. Even the bailiff smirked. Malik's mother stood in the back, clutching her church Bible so tightly her knuckles turned white. She kept trying to speak, trying to tell them they had the wrong boy. But every time she opened her mouth, the judge shut her down. "Sit down, ma'am, before I remove you." Day after day, the system crushed them slowly. Witnesses changed details. Security footage mysteriously disappeared. A detective admitted under oath that no fingerprints tied Malik to the weapon, and somehow it still didn't matter. Because the jury had already decided what Malik looked like before they ever heard his voice. Then came sentencing day. The courtroom was packed. Judge Whitmore adjusted his robe and looked almost satisfied. "Given the brutality of this crime," he said, "this court sentences you to life in prison without the possibility of parole." Malik's mother collapsed crying. His little sister screamed. And Malik just sat there silent for a second, like the air had been sucked out of him. Then he slowly stood up. "Your Honor," he said quietly, "can I make one phone call before they take me?" The judge rolled his eyes. "This isn't a movie, son." A few people chuckled, but Malik didn't move. Finally, irritated, the judge waved his hand. "Fine. Make it quick." The bailiff handed him a phone. Malik dialed one number from memory. Then he said 7 words that changed the entire room. "Dad, they gave me life today." The courtroom went still. Not quiet. Still. Because the voice that answered came booming through the receiver loud enough for everyone near the bench to hear. "Put the judge on the phone. Now." The bailiff frowned. The judge looked annoyed. "Who exactly is your father?" he snapped. Malik looked him dead in the eye. "The Attorney General of the United States." You could actually hear somebody drop a pen. The color drained from Judge Whitmore's face so fast it looked painful. Within hours, federal investigators arrived at the courthouse. By morning, the missing surveillance footage had mysteriously reappeared. It showed another man entirely. Same height, same jacket, different face. The prosecutor resigned 3 days later. The lead detective was arrested for evidence tampering. And Judge Whitmore? Turns out he'd ignored exonerating evidence before. More than once. The same man who laughed while sentencing a child to die in prison was escorted out of his own courtroom in handcuffs, while Malik walked past him free. And the last thing Judge Whitmore heard before those doors closed behind him was Malik's mother saying softly through tears, "You should have listened when my boy said he was innocent."